Okay, so I've worked the problem out that we were discussing that was on USA Test Prep, and it gave us 2.5 grams of yellow sulfur solid, and it wanted us to find the mass of iron that was required to completely react with it. So here's the equation, and we balanced it in class. We have 8 moles of iron for every 3 moles of S8, which yields 8 moles of Fe2O3. And that just comes from our balanced equation, 8 to 3 to 8 ratio. All right, now the problem gave us 2.5 grams of S8. Well, since this is a molar ratio, we have to convert those grams into moles. And then we're going to multiply by the molar ratio to get the iron. And then we have to convert the moles of iron into grams. So our first step is to take the 2.5 grams of S8 that's given and convert that into moles. We're going to divide by the molar mass. Now this comes right off of the periodic table. I added up 8 moles of sulfur. Just take the molar mass of sulfur and multiply it by 8, and you should get in the neighborhood of 256.53. Now, I divided the 2.5 by the 256.53 to tell me how many moles of S8 I have. And that answer came to be 0.0097. Now that we have moles of sulfur, we can then multiply that times our molar ratio to tell us how many moles of iron we need. So we take the moles of sulfur and we multiply it by the molar ratio of 8 moles of iron for every 3 moles of sulfur. Now, I was careful to put the 3 moles of sulfur on the bottom because that's what we started with, so we want it to cancel out. So 0.097 times 8 divided by 3 gives us 0.026 moles of iron. Now, if the question had asked for moles of iron, we would be done, but it didn't. It asked for grams of iron. So we're going to take the 0.026 moles and multiply that times our molar mass of iron. Again, this molar mass came right off the periodic table. So 0.026 times 55.85 divided by 1, which that doesn't change it, so it comes to be 1.45 grams of iron, and that's our answer. We need 1.5 grams of iron to react the 2.5 grams of sulfur completely. Okay, once again, let's run through our steps. First, we have to start with the balanced equation. We have to start with the balanced equation because we need this ratio. We need the ratio of the sulfur to the iron. They gave us 2.5 grams. This ratio is in moles, so we have to convert the 2.5 grams into moles. So we do that by dividing by the molar mass of the sulfur. Now, we added that up off the periodic table. Then we did the math on it, and it came to be 0.0097 moles. Now we can multiply those moles of sulfur by our ratio, and that will convert it from moles of sulfur into moles of iron. We're careful to put the moles of sulfur on the bottom because we want it to cancel out. We do the math, 0.0097 times 8 divided by 3 gives us moles of iron, 0.026 moles of iron. Now we're going to convert those moles of iron into grams of iron, which is what the question asked for. We're going to take the 0.026 moles, multiply it by the molar mass of iron, which we got off of the periodic table, and that gives us our final answer of 1.45 grams of iron.